the Democrat, first female mayor to ever win in Miami. Usually it's a Republican. This is the first time in 30 years that a Democrat has won. But they really, they poured a lot of money in this. And even the head of the DNC said they were going to pour a lot of money into it after the Tennessee effect, after the Democrat lost, or the socialist basically lost in Nashville. So they focused on this race.
So
just focused on affordability and making local government work better and faster.
Well, you've probably seen the clip by now. Brian Kilmeade, one of Fox and Friends hosts, was absolutely losing it. Why? Why, Bri? Because Democrats just flipped the Miami mayor's office for the first time in nearly 30 years. Woohoo!
Let's get to some breaking news out of Miami. Voters are putting a Democrat into the mayor's seat for the first time in more than 30 years. Former County Commissioner Eileen Higgins declared the winner in today's runoff. Higgins won with 59% of the vote, defeating Miami City Manager Emilio Gonzalez, who was backed by President Trump. Moments ago, Higgins celebrated her victory with supporters. She was asked about her victory that comes despite Trump's throwing his support behind her opponent.
For me, it's the people of Miami that voted for me. What I knew all along is I had the support of the residents. I have served them for 8 years. They have always reelected me, and they showed tonight that they like my track record of always going to work for them, and that's what they chose tonight.
Eileen Higgins there saying that voters like her track record. Let's check in with CBS News correspondent Christian Benavides, who joins us live now.
Eileen Higgins, a Democrat and the first female mayor in the city's history, crushed Trump-endorsed Emilio Gonzalez by 19 points. Now, that's not a squeaker, boys and girls. That's the ball game. And a landslide in a city that's been a Republican stronghold for decades. And it sent shockwaves through conservative media.
If the administration does not win the Hispanic vote, the Texas redistricting will not work, because it's all based on the president continuing to get 47 or 46% of the Hispanic vote. If they are misreading the president's aggressive policies on illegal immigration, they love them at the border. They don't necessarily love the aggressive tactics going to Home Depot and or landscape trucks dragging people off. The perception is that they're being grabbed because they're Hispanics.
Higgins focused her campaign on inflation, affordability, and making local government work better and faster. Take note, Democrats for 2028. It worked. Hispanic voters, who make up a huge part of Miami's electorate, went heavily for her, signaling a shift that could have serious national implications. Now on Fox, Kilmeade was visibly shaken. You could practically see him melting down, thinking, wait, how did this happen?
The argument that the guy who's been out for a year, that it's all his fault when you've implemented a totally new economic agenda and that it's a failure in basically every corner of it, is not really resonating with people. When Joe Biden's inflation number was over 9%, the entire world's inflation number was up. Donald Trump doesn't have the same issues that Joe Biden did. He doesn't have a supply chain problem. He doesn't have a global health pandemic that was killing millions of people all over the world. He's just setting our economy on fire, and not in the good way, in like the dumpster fire way.
Now, the reaction wasn't just about Miami. It's a warning sign for Republicans nationwide. For the GOP, losing Hispanic support is a huge deal. Redistricting plans in states like Texas, where they've gerrymandered 5 seats, rely on these voters to maintain the party's advantage.
But I do want to talk about the economy, sir, here at home. And I wonder what grade you would give your economy. A+.
Yeah, A++++++.
Well, it's interesting because I talked to a supporter of yours. Her name is Melanie from Westmoreland County, PA, and she loves you. She gave you overall an A++ grade. But here's what she said about the economy. She said, quote, groceries, utility, insurance, and the basic cost of running small business keep rising faster than wages. She also says that not enough is being done. Mr. President, this is one of your supporters.
Okay, good. And I love her because you said I got an A+ on everything, I guess. I don't know. But
she's still worried about the economy.
But what you have to understand, the word affordability. I inherited a mess. I inherited a total mess. Prices were at an all-time high when I came in. Prices are coming down substantially.
But voters are showing that they respond more to day-to-day concerns like inflation, housing, and affordability than party loyalty. Aggressive immigration tactics or Trump's economic spin aren't playing as well as the network might hope.
The A++++ grade, obviously that's ridiculous. But there are some key indicators that Donald Trump and his administration knows that this is going really badly. First, Susie Wiles having to go out there and say he's going to get back on the campaign trail. That'll really animate the right. Well, guess what? It'll animate the left as well. We aren't getting the jobs numbers anymore, the GDP numbers, or the inflation numbers. And we know that Donald Trump, if a number is even remotely good or he can lie about it, he tells you what it is. Layoffs on track for Great Recession levels. ABC says 70% are spending more on their groceries, 60% more on utilities. Reuters, manufacturing has been contracting for 9 months straight. And this farmer bailout, $12 billion of his tariff pot, which he didn't need to put the tariffs in the first place. And the farmers are speaking out about this. This is Donald Trump's problem. He's the one who caused this. The head of the National Black Farmers Association, agriculture in this country has been in complete turbulence and turmoil since the president got elected. This is a man-made crisis.
Even Fox hosts couldn't ignore the numbers. Now, some tried to defend Trump, pointing to the stock market or claiming the economy is strong. Of course, so strong that they forgot to release the October jobs numbers. Others, like Jessica Tarloff, admit that blaming Biden for economic problems isn't working.
The BLS numbers, the layoffs reached 1.9 million. That's the highest since 2023. So what is that? Is that AI? Is that migrants leaving the country? Is that, automation? And is next year's boom in energy facilities and AI build outs, and is that going to be able to really, blunt that effect?
Right. Well, we still have to get the government data that we lost because of the shutdown. And one of the things we're seeing is that payroll surveys, where they call up firms and say, hey, do you have how many people do you have working with you? That they're showing much lower growth than household surveys, where we ask people, do you have a job?
Layoffs are climbing, grocery bills are up, and manufacturing has been contracting for months. The Trump administration's tariffs had made everyday items like coffee, orange juice, and beef more expensive, hitting Americans' pocketbooks hard.
After just 10 months, our border is secure, our spirit is restored, inflation is stopped, wages are up, prices are down, our nation is strong, America is respected again, and the United States is back.
Just a fact check on that last bit. The inflation rate is higher than it was a year ago and has been rising since President Trump's tariffs took effect in April. Meanwhile, beef prices are at an all-time high, and his tariffs are to blame for increased costs on common grocery items like coffee and orange juice. Also continuing problems, Willie, as more and more people appear to be having trouble finding jobs, definitely having trouble buying homes, and affordability is a big issue.
Meanwhile, Trump keeps insisting everything's perfect, it's fine. Inflation stopped, wages up, America is respected again. But reality tells a different story. Voters are noticing, and even his staunch supporters admit they're feeling the pinch. Exit interviews at rallies show people like Trump personally, but they also recognize that prices are rising and life is getting harder. Fox and Friends' freak out illustrates a bigger trend. Republican messaging is struggling, even among their base. Democrats are winning races they shouldn't. Voters are prioritizing affordability, and Trump's economic narrative is losing traction. And Miami just gave everyone a front row seat to see what happens when the party underestimates the Hispanic vote. Don't take it for granted. Even on Fox, the writing is on the wall. This isn't just a local upset, it's a warning shot for 2026, and one that conservative media can't ignore. Once again, I'm Adam Carr for Debate Mania. If you like that video, go ahead and smash that like button. And what the heck? Go ahead and subscribe. What are you waiting for? We'll see you next time.